Okay, so this is the backstory, you know, the story no one actually asked about or wanted me to do, but here it is because I kind of need to get it all off my chest because I'm kind of sick of it. One weekend I went to the gym and was just doing squats like everyone does with no issues like I've done before, and then all of a sudden I was just on the floor and I couldn't move and I was just stuck. I went to the doctors and they said there must be some like sciatic nerve issue, something. They were surprised because of my age. I went back into work thinking everything was fine, and then I was feeling a slight pain, so I asked one of my colleagues if they had any painkillers, and they had Codamol, which one I didn't know I couldn't take that because it made me violently sick. So I took it, like there was nothing wrong, and then I got sent home because I wasn't feeling okay. And then eventually fell asleep and I woke up violently throwing up all through the night. So the throwing up part wasn't that bad, it was the pushing myself out of bed. So I couldn't bend quick enough or get up quick enough or do anything quick enough to not get sick all over me. Woke up the next morning, went to the doctors, at which point they said there must be like a deeper issue if the pain didn't go with just paracetamol and ibuprofen. The pain will not go with paracetamol and ibuprofen. So she prescribed my first batch of diazepam. So if you haven't had diazepam before, it is very strong, it makes you loopy, and basically if you take it, like, don't go into work and just kind of do your walkabouts in the house. So 4 weeks into the course my back was feeling better, but it was to the point where like I couldn't actually walk at all, which was really concerning because I was quite young. I was 22. And then we went to work, everything was fine for a few months, everything was alright, and then all of a sudden one day, like about 6 months later or something like that, one day all of a sudden it just went. I was at the nail salon getting my nails done and then I couldn't stand up. Yeah, we slowly walked up, so it's like a 4-minute walk from my house to the main street, and I think it took us about 20 minutes. Like I fully couldn't feel my legs and I was just in pain so much from my back, like I was screaming in pain. I've never been in that much pain before, but it'd be like I'll make a small movement and it would be like this cold pain going all the way down my spine, down to my legs. It was excruciating. I would not recommend it for anyone. So if you're having slight back problems, maybe go check that out so you don't end up at that level. Anyway, that same night I had to go to A&E because I couldn't do anything. I couldn't stand up, sit down, lie down, anything. I was just crying and screaming in pain. Went to A&E. We were there for 4 hours. They told me to take paracetamol and sent me home. That did not work. I then went back to the doctors again and they did more checkups. They did that little knee thing to see how my legs react, and they didn't. I was off work again for about 2 weeks from that. But this was to the point where, like, if I had to go to the bathroom, if I had to leave, like I was on diazepam, like even on diazepam I could not walk on my legs. I was like holding on to things to like swing myself, so I'd hold on to the end of the bed and then grab onto the top of the door, swing myself round and swing onto the top of the bathroom door and go from there. And I'd asked to get a scan so they can see like what is up, what is making this so bad. If they just think it's my sciatic nerve, like what disc is bulging, is it just herniated or is there a slip? Like they weren't sure and they didn't want to do a scan at this point. I was sent to physio, which was pretty much the most pointless thing I've ever done. It was a group session. There was about 6 of us, so we had 10 minutes each, and it was full of like elderly people that had the same issues and then me, like this 23-year-old. So yeah, I went to about 4 sessions of that, and then the physio there quit, and within a month I was back to normal. But still just very cautious of what to do and like what not to do. So this is the point where I stopped like running, I stopped like rowing at the gym, I stopped doing weights, I just stopped everything that could or might cause pain, because that much pain, like I never want to go through that much pain again where I was screaming in agony. And then one day I was at a beauty expo and they had hydrotherapy, which is like for non-intrusive facelifts and skin tightening and stuff like that, but it also works for like sports related injuries. So I told them that I had an issue with my back, and that day I could definitely feel pain because I've been walking around for hours. And it took them 4 minutes. They just put the cold air on my back and gave me a little massage. And from then onwards, for 2 months, I felt no pain whatsoever. I was fine for a while. I switched jobs. I was at a place that was pretty much horrible. They wouldn't let me walk around. I'd stand up from my desk to go get a drink of water and they'd be calling the kitchen saying, "Where's Ada?" And the chairs they had there were like the old desk chairs. They weren't good for your back. And I disclosed to them before I started working there that I had these back issues, and that chair would cause me problems unless there was like a Mackenzie roll or something behind it to like put pressure onto my back to make it feel better. As receptionists, apparently we had to be at the desk at all times, which in my previous jobs, like, that wasn't the issue. If you had to go to the toilet, that was fine. If you had to get a drink of water, that was fine. If you had to do anything, like, it was fine. You just go and come back. You're not the only one there. There's other receptionists that like sat there. But this was a very big issue for that firm. I called in sick eventually one day because I couldn't walk in the morning. I got up, I tried to get up, and like, again, nothing was working. So I called in sick, no reply. I didn't go in, and then that same night I got a text from the head receptionist saying that they're expecting me in the next day. Which I'd spoken to them previously about this issue, saying, well, look, when my back goes, like, I'm gone. I'm like pretty much written off for 2 weeks. I can't do anything, so let's avoid getting to that stage. You know what? I don't need this job. I don't need these people texting me every day asking me when I'm back in, when they full well know that I'm off for at least 2 weeks. So I quit. And then within a week, an agency got through to me saying, these people want to interview you, like, if you think you're well enough to walk there, like, please go for the interview. They seem to be really interested. These people are the people I work for now. So I got myself together. A 20-minute journey took me about an hour and a half. I went to this interview on diazepam, which was an experience. Eventually my back got better, so I was at this new place. Everything was going fine, smoothly, and I told them, like, look, I have like a bulging disc, it's in my lower lumbar, and I might be off for 2 weeks. They were completely fine with it, and they knew I couldn't carry heavy things, they knew that I had to walk around. It was completely fine. They were like the nicest people and so understanding. They still are. And yeah, everything was completely fine. Occasionally I'd take some like medication, like naproxen, to make myself feel better if I was having like a bad back day. And then in June I was on holiday. It was like day 3 of our holiday in Croatia. We weren't doing anything like crazy wild or like running around or anything. Literally, we went to the grocery store to get some stuff, like some snacks and stuff for our room. And on our way back to our room, my back went out. We were in Dubrovnik for about 4 days, and then we had like a 4.5 hour coach journey to Split, and we were there for a night, and then another 4.5 coach journey to Zadar. So in my head I was like, okay, I'm gonna have to like wipe out Dubrovnik completely. I can't do anything else here because of my back. Like, I felt so sorry because we had so much planned, and Thea we couldn't go back into the old town. We couldn't do anything we wanted to do. Thankfully Thea was kind enough to be like, look, I understand. Let's just stay in the room and let's just chill. Our hotel had a pool, so I did some like, you can't count that swimming really. I just kind of stood in the water and stretched my legs, stretched my back, and just tried to make myself feel as comfortable as I could to get ready for this very long journey we're about to take. And I just thought I have to just make it through this holiday, and then when I come back to the UK, I can just go to the doctors and it'll be fine. They'll give me something, or something will happen, it'll be fine. I just need to get through Croatia. And towards Zadar, the end of Zadar, it was going alright, mainly because in Zadar I was in the pool at all times, stretching, trying to swim, trying to do everything that I've been taught about my back. I was left in the sun a lot, so I got really dark. But eventually I was feeling slightly better, and then came our flight back, and it was pretty much the worst thing to happen that whole holiday. It took us forever to finally get into London, and we waited for our bags for about 2 hours. For me to just stand there for that long, just waiting and waiting in like a group of people, so you can't walk around or do anything. And the flight, there was turbulence, we were shaking about, and it was just the worst thing basically. And since then, it hasn't gone, the pain. I've had it, yeah, pretty much since June, and now we're in November, mid-November, end of November, I don't know. Yeah. The only pain I would have, like it's just pins and needles, it's still just pins and needles the whole time pretty much. The pain would come like if I were to lie down or trying to move in bed. So I currently sleep with 4 pillows under my knees and I'll show you. And a pillow like this shape, under my back, the arch in my back, and then 1 pillow by my head. So my spine is an okay shape. I don't remember if it's straight. This is what my physio told me, basically. And if I go on my side, I have to have that pillow on my side. Again, 1 pillow, and then I have 2 between my knees and 1 between my ankles to keep my spine straight, basically. So that's been going on for a while now, and I've just been sick of it, basically. This back has been the biggest issue ever. Like, I'm only 24, so this needs to go, basically. I'm doing everything I can to make it go, being so cautious, but I don't want to just live my life being cautious. Like, oh, maybe I want to run for the bus. Like, not that I will, but maybe I just want to run for the bus. Like, I've missed so many buses because of my back. So, like in the mornings now, I have to wake up an hour before just to wake up my leg. It's just dead all the time. It's really annoying. It's just agony really through the night, so I can't sleep much. And my doctors, instead of, they didn't want to prescribe more diazepam, nor did I want any more diazepam because they're really addictive. So they gave me sleeping pills. But the sleeping pills don't work when I'm in agony. Like, I can't fall asleep in pain. I'll wake up 2 hours in, still in pain. The only issue with the sleeping pills is that I won't be able to wake up properly in the morning, which is a big issue because I have to wake up an hour earlier so my leg can wake up. It's just all been a mess. So eventually my doctors finally agreed to send me to get an MRI. And I was really happy about this because I just wanted to know what disc was the issue. I was always told there was 1 disc that was the issue. So that's not true now that I've gotten my results. But let's go back a step. So the MRI, I've spoken to loads of people before. People that are going to have it, that have had it. People that are going to have it are mainly scared. You shouldn't be. I was given all these like horror stories about it. It wasn't that bad. Yeah, you're in a tiny like tunnel. Yeah, it's really loud and it's like, it shocks you at first, but you get used to it. I found it really weirdly therapeutic, I guess. But it did make you jump. Like, it's right here around your face, and they ask you if you want to play music, listen to music and stuff. But I think just the worst part of it, like, nothing hurts. And it's honestly not as bad as people like say it is. So if you're gonna have one soon, like, it's fine. Like, don't worry about it. Don't stress. That'll make it worse. The only bad thing I'd say about it was just lying there, and I was told I had earplugs in and earphones, and she was like, oh, it's really loud, so like that's why we're giving you all this. So I said okay. So the worst part was just lying there waiting for it to start. Like, you could hear some noise, so I thought, oh, maybe this is it, like just this zzz. Like, it was quite loud, like, so I could hear it through everything. So I thought, oh, okay, this is it. So I was lying there for ages, like, okay, I think this is it now. I think this is it. And then all of a sudden, all you get is the boom, 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 and it's like really loud, and that makes you jump, but you can't really like move because then you have to start again. So that's the only worst bit. So I was told 2 weeks after that I'd get my results, which is today. And I just got back from the doctor. So I've always been told that the issue is that I have 1 herniated disc in my lower lumbar, and it's going like towards the right, which is the issue with my leg. So today I was told that it's 2. It's not 1, it's my lower one and then the one under it as well. I don't know what they're called, it's like L5 or L something, I don't know. So it's 2 of them that have an issue basically, and they're both putting pressure onto that sciatic nerve, causing my leg to go numb, causing me all this pain, because it goes all the way from my lower back, down my but to the side, down my leg, to the front of my foot. So I still, since June, I haven't felt my toes. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go to a back specialist now, but they'll do the scans, and then we'll be talking about the options of either getting an injection or an operation, which I don't want an operation. I still think I'm too young. Like, I feel like if I got either the right therapy for it, or like managed to save money and got hydrotherapy, like, I'll be fine. Like, I still do my stretches, they tell me. That's how I relieve the pain. So that is the current stage. I was hoping in this video I could kind of tell you guys, like, oh, this is what's happening, this is the final results, it's nearly fixed, yay, it's been 2 years. No, it is still ongoing, and it is really annoying because all the medication that I've now taken, I'm now back on diazepam, sleeping pills, naproxen, like everything built together, really, all their like symptoms and side effects and stuff cause depression, and it's really, really hard to just be okay. So I really want to just stop taking the pills, but like, there'll be days when I don't take them because I want to feel better, basically. I don't want to be so down and so negative, and then I get in pain and then I have to take them again. I don't know how to end this video because I genuinely thought I'd be ending with like a result as this is what's happened, this is the result, I'm fixed. No, this is ongoing. I still can't wear heels, I still can't go on a trampoline, and like I said, like, I'm just trying to keep positive about it. So you try to do that too if you're going through the same back pain. If I'm like in pain throughout the day, I try to ignore it as much as I can and just get on with my day, because the more you sit down, the more you lie down, the worse it gets. So just maybe find a way to get yourself comfortable without just lying down. Do your stretches, like I said, walk around, don't run, just walk. Maybe don't even speed walk, just walk a normal pace, go around a park. I think that's where my dogs came helpful, because like days I didn't want to walk, they had to be walked, I had to go to the park. So yeah, just try to keep active, basically. This is going on forever. So just try to keep active, don't let yourself get so down. The worse you let yourself feel, the worse it will get, if that makes any sense. So like, when you're feeling down, find some way to make yourself feel better, as I know how the medications make people feel if you're taking them. Hopefully my back is fixed, and if you're going through the same thing, your back will get fixed eventually. So I guess this is it. This is the backstory that you didn't ask for, but I had to get off my chest. And for those that are going through similar things, like 1, you're not alone, and 2, like, it doesn't get better, and 3, like, don't worry about it. So thank you for watching this video. It has gone on far too long. Yeah. Bye.